Hey, what's up guys, your boy IronSmasher 1024 here. Welcome back to IronTalks about. Sorry for the lack of episodes, but I thought soon I'm going to be getting new Wi-Fi and soon that episodes are going to start to resume very soon to the channel. I thought we might not start the first episode of this year off with something very interesting, and that is Discord and Xbox. We got some interesting stuff where voice is coming to the console of pretty much Xbox Series X, S, and the One. And we're gonna be talking about how it's gonna be happening and how you can even get access and all that part. So without further ado, let's go. Starting us off, we got a tweet right now from Discord on Twitter, where basically you'll be giving access to basically talk with people connected with Discord via the Xbox app. And this will work on basically the Xbox One, the Series X and S too as well. And while it's a very interesting good news, it's also kind of an odd way of them doing it. Because while it's basically in progress right now, they're making it sound like there's a little bit of a catch as to it being on the exact console. Right here on the article, basically it mentions that they're going to be basically transferring it in a way of using the Xbox app on your phone, and basically you'll be able to transfer the call from the phone app into the console basically. And while that, some might be saying, oh, okay, I'll just require a phone, some might be happy with that, some might not be. And of course it's really eventually, this is pretty much still the early puddles of it happening. Of course eventually it might be just built in automatically with just using the console itself, but basically you'll have to connect your Xbox to your Discord again. Yes, it's gonna happen again. You have to connect it to it again with new permissions and everything else. And of course you can do it through Discord app, I believe, too, as well as on its own. And of course it'll still do its usual things, can basically show what game you're playing and all that part, and gamer tag. But of course it'll also show the mention of voicing on Xbox. Now of course it works by transferring your voice from Discord to your Xbox with the Xbox mobile app. So basically you have to make sure it's downloaded on your phone and basically use everything else from the phone to the console. And of course I'll show the pictures on the screen right now. It is kind of a bit odd, but it's almost, think of it as you do pretty much switching on Spotify from the app to the console with hearing your music. And while it is okay, it also is kind of odd considering you expect it to at least be on the console itself without any catch whatsoever. And while there's still in the early phases right now, you can probably still have access to it right now during the Xbox Insider program. For those who are on it, you probably are going to have access to it already. But for those who don't, basically you can have access to this right now through the Xbox Insiders program. And only few people might get it and few people might not. I don't know the full gist of it, as I am not an Insiders program member, but you should be able to get this regardless, hopefully. And while some of you guys will probably go off in this comment saying maybe people corrected me on some information wrong, which I hope you guys do, basically switching from features from the phone to the console is kind of odd. But the one thing I do hope is that they make it so that eventually you could do that as a secondary option, whereas the primary option will be to do it on the console itself. And of course this is actually kind of good news, considering that this should have been a thing automatically. The first integration on Xbox Discord was basically the ability to show what game you're playing. And of course we all thought this thing was going to come to PlayStation already, since technically not too long ago PlayStation invested some money into Discord, along with having these same abilities which they put on PlayStation, where they'll show their gamer tag and basically game activity. But the fact that they're still doing this on Microsoft first, while it is kind of disappointing, it's also a good thing, because technically that means that eventually this might be happening on PlayStation 4 and 5, and eventually possibly Nintendo Switch, unfortunately through the Switch app. And while that's good, it's also kind of odd. So while it is kind of a bit odd, since you do need the app, at the same time it is pretty good that regardless we're getting somewhat integration of this. And while this is an early project for Team Discord, I do wish them the best luck. And at the same time, I hope to read this feedback and see, hopefully in the future reference they make it so that it doesn't require the app, but if it basically just make it a secondary option, whereas the primary would be to do it through the console itself with no necessary secondary options needed. But it is good to see that Discord is on heavy business, and it is good that knowing that our voices are being heard on console and PC gaming, considering that crossplay is growing on the gaming age right now, with crossplay with games like Call of Duty, Rocket League, and Fortnite, and basically using voice chat. And while some will probably still use the Vivox system built in on Fortnite, Rocket League, and a few other games, people still prefer to use Discord at the end of the day. So this is, and eventually this will be a huge dub for them. And honestly, I'm very glad, considering Discord has come a long way from 2015 all the way to where we are now in 2020 with this huge update. Xbox Insiders, again, a reminder, you can still do this right now if you want. If you're part of the Xbox Insider program, you should have this automatically as a feature, of course. And you can probably still join right now, obviously. But regardless, this is good news. So honestly, I'm very happy for this. What do you guys think in the comments? What kind of features do you guys hope you'll see, honestly? Do you think eventually we'll be able to have another way in a future update where we get to probably, I don't know, have servers on the screen of an Xbox maybe? Hopefully, but regardless, this is good news for consoles. Hopefully this happens on PlayStation really soon, and hopefully Switch. That's gonna be it for Iron Talks About episode for today. Hope you guys enjoy, and if you guys enjoy this, please like, comment, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys later. Peace.